2020 has been a great year for the Retro Perspective YouTube channel. Everything has pretty much doubled. Views, subscribers, everything. I couldn't be happier, and thank you all for making that possible. But I've taken a few weeks break recently, well, 2 weeks break, and there's many reasons for that. One of the reasons is I've been checking my analytics far too much and thinking, I have 1,000 subscribers now. I've passed YouTube's threshold, their arbitrary threshold, as to where you get monetized and are able to earn money from putting out videos. But despite having been doing this for 5 years now and having nearly 200 videos on the channel that I'm really proud of, I'm still barely halfway to getting that silly 4,000 hours worth of watch time in a year's period. Now that on its own I can deal with. I have fun on this channel and that's what I'm doing it for. I enjoy YouTube as a community and interacting with other creators. But what I can't abide, and what has really, quite frankly, pissed me off this past couple of weeks, is lying, scheming corporations that want to use people's hard work and take all of the money they possibly can from that and keep it all for themselves. I'm not just talking about my channel, I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds of small YouTube channels that I personally try and find. I watch mainly small channels here on YouTube, and there are so many small channels that aren't monetized yet that put so much effort into their videos, and they deserve to be doing this as a profession, in my opinion. So it's a bit of a slap in the face when YouTube announces a new policy that's coming into place, and I think is already in place in America, but in the UK it'll be next year, I believe, that they're going to put ads on all the videos on YouTube and take all the ad revenue from that for themselves, unless you're of course monetized, which, let's face it, barely any of us are. But to understand just how scummy this move is from YouTube, we have to go back to talk about something that some of you may be aware of, but others might not be. It's something called the adpocalypse. You see, when I first started this YouTube channel, it didn't take long for me to get monetized. I was actually earning a bit of ad revenue. It wasn't much at all, but now I'm getting many, many times more views, and I was satisfied with the amount I was earning back then, so I would have been damn satisfied having all that time to build up, a little bit of money that could have got a new microphone, for instance, that I really want to get. So then, not long into it, things were going pretty well, but YouTube had a policy change. Basically, all the small channels got demonetized. They were no longer able to earn money. And the reason YouTube gave for this, and their statement, their full statement on it, is very important to remember. They didn't want advertisers putting their adverts on videos of people like neo-Nazis, conspiracy theorists, just unsavory videos, because then the advertisers might get angry, pull the ads, and then YouTube and the creators are earning no money. They also said that of all the small YouTube creators that got demonetized, including myself, that this would not affect their views in any way. The algorithm would still suggest their videos. However, we can see our analytics. We know for a fact that this is a lie. This is a big lie that YouTube told to us. And of course, YouTube's CEO, Susan Wojcicki, made a statement saying how much she cares about small creators and that we should just try again really hard, and that all the tools are going to be put out there for us to use to try and grow our channels. It's all a load of bullshit. In Wojcicki's own words, this was all about reducing the harm to YouTube's brand image. But then how do we take this new news that YouTube is going to put ads on all videos? You can have a neo-Nazi spouting off as much racist crap as he wants. Ads are going to run on that video apparently, and YouTube is going to take the profit from that video. You could have a brand new channel just randomly decide they want to upload an episode of South Park, and if ads run on that video, YouTube's going to take the profit from that. And worst of all the small creators who are working very hard on their videos that used to get paid for something are now not getting paid just because YouTube wanted that money. A company that's raking in billions and billions of dollars just needed that little bit more. And not only that, what happened to protecting the brand image? Now that doesn't matter so much, does it, YouTube? I think that this policy change, once it comes into action, brings up a huge question. I have racked my brain and I cannot find a possible answer to this question. So if you know an answer, please write it in the comments below. The question is, what incentive will YouTube have to monetize smaller YouTube channels? What incentive will they have to suggest them in the little suggest boxes on the side? What incentive will they have to make sure smaller channels get higher rankings in search when certain key phrases are used in the search bar? Because if a smaller channel is being suggested at the side and being suggested in search, they're going to grow. And then once they've grown to that arbitrary number that YouTube says, then they'll be earning a percentage of the ad revenue. But as it stands, all these thousands and thousands of smaller channels that are uploading so much content every single day, YouTube is going to be earning 100% ad revenue on that. And it's possible that if you add up all the smaller channels, YouTube might even earn even more ad revenue on the smaller channels than they do on the big channels. So I cannot possibly think that YouTube has any incentive to actually help smaller channels, especially once this new policy comes into place. And YouTube can say all they like, that they really care about the small creators, but of course we know that that is another big lie. Susan Wojcicki also makes quarterly blog posts updating us on the priorities of YouTube and the roadmap ahead. And the first thing she always puts is transparency and communication. We at YouTube want to be transparent and help creators with their problems that they have with the brand and with the site. She has been saying this for years and people have been complaining for years. She specifically says about making it clearer as to why certain videos get demonetized and making sure that people know why their videos have been demonetized. We either get nothing or canned responses from YouTube on all of these types of things. They never ever fully explain what is going on with their service. And in other extreme cases, YouTube have been known to outright lie once again about the reasons a video has been taken down, or recently a video has been shadow banned. For those that don't know, and I didn't until recently, shadow banning is when a site makes it look like your video is up and everything's normal, however your viewers and anyone else cannot actually find it on the site. And this happened with a video from a channel called Second Thought, called The CIA is a Terrorist Organisation. Their viewers reported that the video was up at a certain time and then they couldn't even find it when they searched for it, even searching for the exact title. They didn't get a bell notification about the video being uploaded, and as far as anyone can tell, the video has been removed off of the site. However, when the creator reached out to YouTube about this problem, the response was, videos sometimes take time to show up in search. Now, we know for a fact, we all know if we've been using YouTube for more than 10 minutes, that videos show up pretty much straight away once they've been uploaded and published. This video had been published for a few days, it's gonna show up in search. You see, when people complain about censorship, it's usually some snowflake right-wing YouTuber who thinks that YouTube is trying to censor them for talking about the woke agenda in video games or some arbitrary crap like that. But actually, it's far more insidious and far deeper than that. The CIA, presumably, is trying to censor a video from YouTube, and YouTube is complicit in that. And on the other hand, I've seen firsthand how watching one alt-right YouTuber, such as Sargon of Akkad, which I used to be subscribed to, can lead to another one popping up on the suggestion bar, and another one, and it's become known as the alt-right rabbit hole because YouTube does suggest these things to people. They're not censoring these channels at all. So despite having a fantastic year on YouTube and enjoying interacting with you all, I am just sick to death of these leech corporations just sucking the lifeblood out of everyone. I mean, when you've got people on YouTube that make fake prank videos where they're pretending they're giving their friend an electric shock or something, and these people are like buying mansions with their YouTube ad revenue. You got people like that on one hand, and then you got people making these heavily detailed edited videos that YouTube just thinks, no, you're not worth crap to us. People really wonder why I'm a socialist, and that's why I've decided to put my videos on a new service called Odyssey.com. Now hold on there before you get angry. Nothing's going to change here on YouTube. I'm going to keep putting out videos on YouTube and Odyssey. It's completely fine. It doesn't make any difference to me. They'll be on both. But what Odyssey does is for every single view you get as a creator, you get paid in cryptocurrency. And from just a few months on Odyssey, I've earned more than I have done in 5 years on YouTube, slaving away. Now, just to warn you, this site is an absolute den of crazy conspiracy theorists and hardcore anti-censorship people, and it seems to be mainly an alt-right space, you know. It's pretty scary at times, you know, anti-vaxxers, neo-Nazis, people like that. It's also fairly complicated to set it all up, like set up a profile, and you do have to invest a little bit into the cryptocurrency. However, you're not actually losing anything because you can still withdraw that cryptocurrency again. So if you're a content creator yourself, I do highly recommend looking into Odyssey, and my affiliate link is down below. I might do another video specifically on this in the future, but one tip I think is really important right now, if you are interested, is don't synchronize your YouTube channel, even though it might seem really easy because it immediately synchronizes all your videos over to the new site. Your URLs for the video are very important for search on this site, and you don't get to change them. So upload your own videos one by one and make sure you change the URLs. Anyway, I just had to get that all off my chest, I think. Thank you very much for listening, and I promise I'll get back to the gaming content very soon. As you can see, things have changed a bit in the game room, so I'm looking forward to doing more videos again. Cheers, and I'll see you next time.